Welcome to the Cessna 172 project. My name is Trevor, and I really like the Cessna 172. The Cessna 172 holds a near and dear place in my heart because it is one of the airplanes that most people have one of their first flights on. It's an amazing airplane and is very reliable. It's one of the most produced airplanes in the world. Though it doesn't look the most beautiful, it is still an excellent airplane. I've really grown to love it as I've studied all of its very cool systems and all of the engineering that comes behind it. Its design is very simple. It was built in the 1950s, but this design has still taken flight all the way to 2020 and beyond. I've always wanted to fly my own Cessna 172, but then I realized I can. I'll just build my own simulator. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I've learned a lot about flight simulators in the last 3 years, and this time I'd like to give the full journey of my Cessna 172 project. I've learned so many skills in my previous versions that it didn't make sense to go on with them, so I'm starting from scratch, building a fully functional Cessna 172 in a few sections. I'm looking at making this as real as it gets and having this as to scale as possible. It'll be a one-to-one flight simulator, so all of the dimensions in the flight simulator will correspond to real life. This simulator will certainly be a journey. There will be a lot of chapters and a lot of failures, a lot of learning from them, and also finding out how to make new things. I really want to learn a lot of new skills with this and share the journey along with you so that you can learn too. One of the cool things about this simulator is that I'm going to make a lot of it open source. I'm going to share the designs with all of you so that you can benefit from them too. This will give you a lot of behind the scenes, slightly more vlog type of content, which will be really good for seeing the process behind these. There are going to be a lot of journeys behind this simulator, some of them being building the computer for it, another one of them being building the flight simulator instrument panel, interfacing cool new technologies, and seeing how to program and configure and code them all into the simulator. I'm making this simulator very modular, so there are going to be about 4 sections that move around, and so it can be easily moved, transported into other places. This whole flight simulator will be designed on Fusion 360. It's a CAD software that allows you to do parametric designing so that you can change things later, and I'll make it parametric friendly so you can change the dimensions as you wish. I'm going to export all the step files so that there's a universally usable CAD file. I'm thinking about doing this on Thingiverse, and they'll also probably be available on my website, which is CaptainBobSim.com. You can see it in the link in the description below. I want this to be very compatible with simulators, so I'm planning on making it compatible with FSX, Prepared, FSX Steam Edition, X-Plane, and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. There will be a few phases to this. First, the workflow optimization phase, next the planning phase, the organization phase, then the dimensions phase, where I get all of the dimensions for the simulator, the modeling and CAD phase, where I design everything, as well as the construction phase, where I build everything. There will also be other phases specific to systems on the airplane, such as the controls phase, the panels phase, the wiring, and other things. There will also be the deconstruction phase. No, just kidding. I'm looking at getting this as real as I possibly can without putting wings on it, so that'll take a lot of time to really plan through everything as well as build it. So stick around for the Cessna 170 Tuesdays. Every Tuesday I'm going to post a video about the last week's progress and any of the stories and pitfalls I've had with it. I plan on creating documentation to also help with the project, to make sure that everything is documented and that everything is also being helpfully presented. I plan on calling these weekly videos Cessna 170 Tuesdays. Why? Because they're on Tuesdays and they're about the Cessna 172. It's kind of clever how it's done. I put 172 into the Tuesdays to make it confusing. Pretty awesome, huh? If you plan on posting any videos about your Cessna 172 project, feel free to use the hashtag Cessna170Tuesdays so that I can see your progress. Next week's video, I'm going to talk about the project organization system with the actual system I'm going to use, including the budgeting spreadsheets, product breakdown system, and other things. But this week, I'm focusing on the project itself. But a large part of the project is the team. If you'd like to join the project, feel free to send me an email. The link to my email is in the description below with anything you'd like to help out with. I'm going to be completely honest, the community behind flight simulation building has been so powerful in my past simulators. If you'd like to help out with any feedback or advice, it is more than welcome. Please put it in the comments below. And if you ever see something completely stupid I'm doing, also make sure to tell me in the description below so I can look into it more and find a better solution. I won't get offended if you point out a better solution, so please be sometimes brutally honest about any things that really would be better than the way I'm kind of going. I love your advice and feedback. It's really helpful in the project. If there's a way I could better present my videos, feel free to put any suggestions in the comments below, because I also read those and look into those. If you have any design critiques, like say I made the dihedral 45 degrees on one of my things instead of 0.01, definitely let me know if there are any design critiques or ways I could do something better, ways I could do something less complicated, more strong. I love all of your feedback. It's like candy, but healthy. And if you have any engineering experience, I would love to have someone or a few people in an engineer design group so that we have some people to talk about potential designs and things among those lines. Also, share all your ideas. I love reading through some of the comments' ideas, like using different materials or using a different style. A lot of your ideas are good ideas, and you'd be surprised how many of them are helpful. Another place is if you find any information. I would love to have like sources or places to get dimensions. It's all very cool, and I'd love to have it documented. Thank you for watching, and if you'd like to see the playlist with all the videos I'm going to make and am making, check over there. Make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next episodes because it's going to be a blast. Have an excellent day, and I'll see you in the next videos. Have a good one.